Hey there gamers, this is part 6 of my Wii-A-Thon, and this time we're going to take a look at another kind of recent addition to the Virtual Console lineup, Final Fight 3 for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Final Fight 3 is actually apparently kind of semi-rare, and it came out in 1995, so when this came out, the PlayStation and the Saturn were kind of just starting, either they had come out or they're going to come out soon. I am using the classic controller on this one, and but yeah, as you can tell from the title, this is the third installment of Capcom's Final Fight series of beat-em-ups. It's actually the last traditional, in a sense, Final Fight until Final Fight Streetwise came out. But from what we can tell, that game sucked. But yeah, pretty much, the story in this one, Mad Gear from the first game was destroyed, Metro City, was at peace, but the street gang, without Mad Gear to control the street gangs, they just went crazy, and in the end, a new group called Skullcross, has taken over. So pretty much the idea is, the city is under attack, the city, needs saving. Of course, you're gonna get Mike Hagar, so what we got here is, Y is attack, B is jump, A, extra joy is pretty much a special attack. You can hold L or R to hold your direction. But, and one to two players, of course, and of course they add in a cool little thing where it's single player, but you get a computer-controlled second player. So let's do that. So of course, you got Guy. I'll go the other way. Got Hagar, from the original, and then you got two new characters, Lucia and Dean. Now I gotta play as Guy. He's and you would think Hagar. Let's see one of the new characters. Let's see Dean. Now, just follow the usual old style Final Fight. But if you look, there's a meter on the bottom. That's actually your super meter, because you do get super attacks in this game. And then first going to the AI. The AI that you get for auto 2-player mode is pretty good. It's a little too aggressive. Like, it'll go and attack you every now and then. And there is friendly fire in this, so of course, you got the usual stuff. Punch, jump kicks. Your screen cutting, which is the same thing as pushing Y and B together. Now, one thing they did add in, like for Guy, they add in specials and supers. So for like Guy, if I do a normal let me throw him. If I do a fireball motion, down to forward fireball with attack, he does like a key attack. So now I've got enough for a super, so I'll show you a super. For the super, here we go. I grab him and then I do a dragon punch motion with attack. Of course, I have to have him facing forward. Come on. Okay, I'll do it to you. Oh, come on. It seems to be a little tricky to do it, but pretty much what it does, for a Guy at least, he does a little combo that does a lot of damage. It's cool that they added these supers and specials, and it does add a nice little bit of different, variety to your attacks. Ugh. Yeah, some people, find maybe Final Fight 2 to be the best, one of the more fun ones on the SNES. I don't know. I like Final Fight 1. That's a classic. Final Fight 2, I never could get into, no matter what. Even just while starting to play, I just never could get into Final Fight 2. But I love Final Fight 3. I think it's one of the best beat-em-ups you can play. And before we get to, let me just mention now, another thing that adds in a little variety is that you do have some alternate paths you can take, so you don't always have to do the same exact path, on the same exact playthrough. There we go. There's Guy's super. So you see he does some good damage. Computer never does supers, though. And at least when, I played before with Hagar as the, computer AI. Hagar would do I think the spinning pile driver every now and then, which I think was his special. So the computer might do specials every now and then, but not really so much the, weapons are not as, prevalent in this game, which might, annoy some people. But, with all the extra abilities you have, like the specials and supers, in that sense, the weapons, kind of just become not as important, since you have a nice bit of variety on your own. But yeah, nunchucks always work off nicely. The Guy obviously is not holding them in his thing. You also have the running. You have a run attack that can combo in. Try this again. See, there was Dean's special. He's pretty much like, has like electric powers. You also run, you know, up and down. You also run diagonally, which is nice. And here's your first boss. And one thing you can say, maybe it's a little lazy, they don't have special music for boss battles. Which, you know, usually they do. They indicate it's a boss battle. This one doesn't really bother to do that. Ow. Well, let me do a super before I die. There you go. You know, normal difficulty's not bad. You know, difficulty is kind of there. Another thing with this, the computer AI, when you have for your partner, you have to remember is they don't use continues. You can continue, but they don't. They never. Thank you, Dean. So as I said, they're very aggressive. They just attack. They don't give a damn about where you are. But yeah, I really like Final Fight. And, you know, it's 800 Wii points. You know, $8 on the Virtual Console service. Apparently, the regular, you know, this is one of those cases where like the regular cartridge is pretty rare. So, you know, paying only $8 for it is a great deal. It's, you know, like Musha, which is another game I'll talk about a little later. You know, that's another rare as hell game. Yeah, you know, you can get on the Virtual Console service for, you know, pretty cheap compared to the regular cartridge price. Now, in Japan, this actually wasn't numbered. In Japan, this was called Final Fight Tough. And there you finish them off. Let's get to the next stage before time runs out. So yeah, I mean, the computer probably will get like maybe 1 or 2 extra lives just by points, because the computer doesn't really do item pickups with the exception of weapons every now and then. So, you know, you also get little story cutscenes every now and then. So yeah, let's skip the story, you know, it's a beat 'em up. Story's never really that important. There are some ones with good story, but this one, you know, is from the time where it wasn't as important. So yeah, now I got a club. It really looks just more like a antenna for a car antenna. You know, for like the radio, but oh well. Breaking someone's back with Dean. And even the throws, you get some nice little throws, so. Hey, turn you around. How do I turn you around? There you go. Yeah, turn them around, you push down and B, and then I'll just beat them up on the ground. Yeah, so again, I'm kind of running low on time because I don't have so much space on the camera left. Oh, sorry, Dean. Anyone else want some? Gotta love those supers. I mean, you know, this is Final Fight 3 though. It's, you know, it's not like it didn't try to change anything with the beat 'em up genre or anything, you know, even in 1995, but, you know, it does what it does really nicely. They added in some nice variety into your attacks with the supers, the specials, all the different varieties of specials you can do, and, you know, your little downward jump attack. You're not dead yet. So yeah, there's about 7 stages in this, but, you know, you always play with a friend. You know, that's always the fun of beat 'em ups, playing it with a friend. So, yeah, I'll just play for a little bit more, but that's pretty much Final Fight 3. I'd definitely say, if you're a fan of beat 'em ups, you're a fan of the Final Fight series, give this game a try. Definitely get this game. 800 Wii points, $8. As I said, considering how rare the original cartridge is, apparently, you know, it's a great deal. Oh, and one nice thing before I finish. It has a weird thing when you pause. Take a listen. Fun, huh?